Election day and long lines at polling places as millions of Americans vote in the presidential election. A solid turnout illustrates how close the contest is between President Barack Obama and his Republican challenger Mitt Romney. Voters in the battleground state of Virginia are enthusiastic.
There's been a lot of, attention paid to the election this year, and I just wanted to make sure I got here early to get my vote in. So I just knew that I had to exercise my right to vote because I knew that it would make it, I felt that it's going to make a difference.
This New York City neighborhood is struggling to recover from Superstorm Sandy, but voters made it to the polls.
Yeah, I was very worried, but not for my voting. I knew that things would go okay here because we have our heat, our electricity, etc. But I'm very worried about other places in New York and New Jersey.
Former Massachusetts Governor Romney and his wife voted near Boston. President Obama took part in early voting last month. In the final day of campaigning in New Hampshire, Mr. Romney made an appeal to undecided voters.
Your votes and your work right here in New Hampshire will help me become the next president of the United States.
President Obama held his last campaign event in Iowa, a state that gave him his first major victory 4 years ago. He became emotional while asking voters to help him.
To all of you who've lived and breathed the hard work of change, I want to thank you. But Iowa, we're here tonight because we've got more work to do. We're not done yet on this journey. We've got more road to travel.
With hours to go before the votes are counted, a new public opinion survey gives President Obama a slight lead among likely voters.
Thank you so very much.
Now both men settle in and wait for the result from voters. After 17 months and more than $2 billion spent by the campaigns, this contest goes down as the most expensive U.S. presidential race in history. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Washington.